Mr. Crack AV in attendance. How you doing, Crack? We have our fearless host, Danny BMD, and me, of course, your amateur hype man, Super Fan Art. We're going to be talking a lot of sports, South Texas style. So without further ado, your host, Dan.
Yo.
Oh my God, it's him!
What up? Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz, smart talk for super fans. Coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas, to your ears. Provides a sports talk for your free time. What up?
For free.
This is your host, Danny BMD. How's everyone doing today, and how did your team do this week, or will do this weekend?
Oh.
Because we've got a lot of college football games going on. So, first of all, just want to say hi to everyone listening to us today. We are live on, again, Twitch, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Just want to give a quick shout out to all of our fans. Thank you so much for listening. Leave your comments. We'll definitely answer anything and everything at the end. And as we kind of go along, if not, we'll try to do the best that we can do. So, again, this is your host, Danny BMD. I do get Superfan Art with me, and of course our DJ sound guy, the best, the one and only. Got him, Crack AV, dude. You can't find him anywhere. I mean, honestly, like, best dude in the business. But let's do a little round talk. Talk to me, Superfan Art. Have you been, bro? How's what? It was like a day off, I guess. Feels like it was forever.
Thank you, Dan. Yeah, it's good to be here this Thursday evening with you guys. We got a lot of sports to cover through all the multiple major sporting, major sports and college. We have a whole crap ton of college games. We're not going to go into all of them. We're going to cover some of the bigger name games. I know. Sadly, Austin FC they're gonna play Saturday, but they have to compete with like about 58 college games. So watch what you like. My Longhorns will be in action Saturday afternoon. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'll get into that more in depth. I know Danny's UTSA is gonna play somebody. Illinois.
Hey,
They're gonna play the Illini.
Illini fighting Illini.
No,
We got them.
I don't know who's the home game there.
We got them, bro. They're ranked. Are they ranked? Nah, I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff.
Negative. A whole lot of baseball. It's really getting intense, especially now we're in September. It's just a few weeks away for postseason in October, and I got a lot to look forward to. Uh, there's a new Marvel movie, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I definitely am interested in that. I mean, I like all Marvel shows and movies, but I need to find the time for that. But definitely football is at the top of our list. To be honest, I did a fantasy draft yesterday. Our own Juan Diaz, he and our own crew had our own draft yesterday, PPR league, 10-man league. I think I got a few sleepers and a few that are like, what the hell was I thinking? I panicked. Towards the end, I do panic picks.
Yeah,
I just need to fill that bench.
And I was gonna say, dude, and honestly, at the end of the day, sometimes a fantasy, it is about that deep bench, depending on how many players or whatever, right, that you have also. But sometimes it is about that deep bench where it's like, damn it.
Yeah, but needless to say, it was a good warm-up draft, getting me ready for the Mezzo Forte draft, which will probably take place sometime this upcoming week.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. I'll definitely let you guys know about that. We're not going to do the draft live, unfortunately. But we're going to do it live, but I don't know. We might get a couple of blips on it. We might not, but I'll definitely let you guys know, but we're not definitely going to do an episode. We will show our teams, though. So this is a public, fantasy. So, I mean, if you mess up, publicly, you mess up publicly, so it's going to be pretty interesting, pretty fun. And you guys are going to get involved, chat, viewers, the whole thing. It's going to be very, very interesting, fun type of things. We're gonna do like choose your tight end for this week or something like that. Or choose someone off the wire for me to pick and stuff
Okay.
like that. That'd be
Some
kind of
feedback.
yeah. Like we're like, all right, this week, whoever lost, like now the audience is gonna choose like a tight end off the wire or something like that.
Well, that's not fair.
Yes. Just like that, dude. So like you lose, all right, we're gonna lose again. Boom, got him. So stuff like that, it's gonna be. I'm gonna throw in some wrench, make it a little bit of fun, involve the audience. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into. You guys know what time it is. What time it is. What
It's
time
not
it
Dame
is.
time.
It's not Dame time, unfortunately, but it is some Diamond Talk with Fan on. Ooh.
You know what to do. Thank you for that lovely introduction,
Uh,
Dan. Yes, we have a lot to discuss on baseball. I'll try to get through most of this so we can have adequate time to talk about our other major sports. So, like I said, postseason is steadily creeping by. In a couple of weeks' time, we actually got some movement with a few of our league leaders. So, I'll just announce as of today some of the current standings. So, in the American League, we have the Tampa Bay Rays, who are currently leaders in the East. We got the Chicago White Sox in the Central, and Houston Astros are narrowly hanging on to that leader in the West of the AL, with the Oakland A's only 4.5 games behind them. In the National League, Atlanta Braves are hanging on themselves to the East, with the Philadelphia Phillies just 1.5 games behind them. Milwaukee Brewers in control of the Central, and the biggest thing that's happened, Los Angeles Dodgers have now up their game, and they've tied with San Francisco Giants as co-leaders of the West, which they're also pretty much whoever's not the leader, they're going to be the wild card leader. Because for the longest time, it was the Dodgers like 10 games ahead of the opposition for that wild card spot. But now that they're in the driver's seat, it could very well be San Francisco that has to need that wild card. So just sticking with the NL leaders or NL wild cards, Cincinnati Reds are at the cutoff. I said the Dodgers or San Francisco pretty much are the leader for the wild card. Uh, in the American League, the wild card is easily controlled by the New York Yankees, followed by the Boston Red Sox, who are just 2 games behind them. And then looking out, trying to get in, is the Oakland A's, who I said could maybe leapfrog over the Houston Astros if they keep winning and Houston keeps losing. Hopefully, that's not the case. Some games that are currently happening this evening to watch that could have implications later is Boston versus Tampa Bay and Atlanta versus Colorado. Uh, so, like I said, that's going on this evening. I don't know if I'll have any live coverage about that. Uh, Over the weekend, we had the New York Yankees. They snapped a 4 game losing streak. So after they won like 11 or 12 straight, they lost 4 straight. Uh, but they had a career game out of one of their pitching aces, Garrett Cole. Uh,
nice,
he was in
nice.
there to help with a 4-1 win over the Los Angeles Angels. Cole, he induced 32 swings and misses, his regular season career high, and striking out 15 batters over 7 innings. That was Wednesday night. So Cole's 15 strikeouts is one short of his career high. It's tied him with the New York Mets, Jacob DeGrom, for the most strikeouts through 7 innings of a game by any pitcher this season. So it was Cole's third career game with 15 or more strikeouts, third most among active players behind Chris Sale, who's 4, and Max Scherzer, who has 6 games with 15 or more strikeouts. So that's not bad to see one of the stars finally uh, improving and shining this late in the postseason. Gives them a little bit of confidence going forward. Uh, I'm pretty sure they'll clinch that wild card spot, and Garrett Cole is going to be pretty much one of their aces that can help them go a little bit further. I think all this season we kept saying about Shohei Otani with the Los Angeles Angels being one of the star guys with pitching and hitting. Uh, but he had like four strikeouts against this Garrett Cole
I
with
did.
like
I
98
dude, I
miles
think
per hour fastballs.
yeah, I saw that. They didn't get it. They didn't get like 3 home runs in like a single game or something like that.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
Shohei's like the shit when it comes to pitching and batting,
yeah,
but they were able to stump him today. I mean, and a game they didn't
ah,
necessarily need, but it's a good morale booster to to strike out one of the game's best hitters. So good for the Yankees getting that 4 game losing streak out of the way, and they can concentrate on getting more of that cushion to secure that wild card spot. Uh, Other than that, there's no other major headlines to note except Minnesota Twins right-hander Kenta Maeda has a season-ending Tommy John surgery this Wednesday. Uh, I think, yeah, I know. The
yeah.
33-year-old
Wow.
right-hander from
So
Japan
is
was
he out?
placed.
Is he out? Is he done?
Yeah, he's done for the season.
Yeah.
Uh, he had some promise in the years prior. I think he was a runner-up in the American League Cy Young Award voting last season when he went 6-1 with a 2.70 ERA in 11 starts, which is pretty damn good. Uh, so Minnesota Twins, I think their managers were pretty optimistic that the surgery. He just had surgery already. He actually had it in Dallas because I think they were playing a game versus the Texas Rangers, and I guess they were like, while we're here in Texas, like here's like one of the leading orthopedic surgeons, like here, like why don't you stay behind, get the surgery, get other things fixed up. That way you got all the off season to rest, and we could have you back as a pitching weapon for the next season. So good luck to him. That's Kenta Maeda of the Minnesota Twins. Uh,
Nice, nice.
I don't have much further to say, but I'll keep us posted on any more big diamond headlines. And of course, every Thursday I have our standings. So, yep, that's all I have to say on that. Back to you, Dan.
Nice,
Nice. I
nice.
like that. That's the bat swing from Super Smash.
All right, guys. So, in this case, obviously, we always enjoy our Diamond Talk with Superfan Art. Once we get Tosco back on, we'll definitely enjoy him as he rejoins us with that Diamond Talk. I know we always love to hear you guys kind of banter back and forth. We do have on chat right now. What's everyone's favorite baseball team?
So, uh, I've never been a diehard fan, but I always root for our Texas-based teams.
Yeah.
And the Astros, they haven't been disappointing this season. They had some games, a good stretch of games. I think 1 month they were like pretty good. They haven't won. I don't know. They won like almost like 11 or some games, not in a row, but they had like a good month, like a month or two back, and they're still clinging on to that leader spot. So definitely rooting for them Astros. I don't know about you, Dan. Did you ever have a favorite team of yours, either now or in the past?
So for me, it was always kind of the
Jose
Texas.
Canseco.
No, it was always like either Texas Rangers, just because Texas. Um, Not really. I was never really an Astros fan. I was never really a baseball fan, just really to begin with.
Right on.
I always like the Yankees, just because just I like their uniform. But honestly, if I had a team, if I had to choose a team, it would probably be between the Astros and the Rangers, just because I guess Texas. I don't want to be a what's it called? You know, when you get a bandwagoner fan or whatever, right? And just be like,
Okay.
just because the Astros have been having their streak and they haven't had their streak in a while. Like I know that, so like I don't want to
Right.
be like, but I'll root for both of them. How about we do
No,
that?
I get you. I mean, I don't want to say some people are bandwagoners. It's just
Yeah.
like, we're in Texas. How did you develop a love for this team that's out of Texas? Prime example is Coach Tosco and her own Juan Diaz. They're
Yeah,
big Atlanta Braves fans. I don't know, at one point in their lives, they decided, I like the Braves, but it stuck. The same
yeah.
things. Our buddy Seabass with football, he's a Jaguars fan. How the hell did that happen?
I don't know.
That's
That's interesting.
crazy.
Yeah, and actually, I think for Seabass, he actually went to a game at some point, and it was like kind of like apparently he changed his life or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, there you go.
That's right. That's a good hot take whenever we get these guys on. What inspired them to go with these teams? I know, in our everyday lives, you go to public places like restaurants or the malls, and you see people in apparel from other states' teams. Like obviously, maybe because it's branding, people like to wear the New York Yankees and the Dodgers just for fashion sense, not so much that they're fans. Uh, everyone sees people in like Lakers apparel. Uh,
Yeah, I
I don't know.
mean,
I'm just riffing here.
no, 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 and it's true. Like for me, like for example, like I like particular like in football, like and specifically in NFL, just because we play so much fantasy, I like particular players now. I was never really a team player. Like I don't have a fan. Cause so for me, like a definition of like a super fan is like something that like when you watch your team, like if they lose or something happens, they legitimately change your day.
Ah, you're in a
Where
bad mood, or you're in a great mood
yeah, like
just because they won or lost.
yes, and there's people like that, like straight up, and on it because I'm kind of like that for some teams. So like I know the Spurs are one of them. I mean I know what's going on and everything. I'm not gonna cry about it. I know we're gonna lose a whole bunch of games, but I'm excited to see them play this season anyway. That's the point. But like say like like the Longhorns, dude. Watching those games, dude, like right here, man. You're like till the last minute, like um. So yeah, like I think like for me, it'd probably be, like I said, like Longhorns, Spurs, um, and probably Mexico, like in playing like in the World Cup. That just like it just tears my heart. Like when lose, like I hate that life. I hate this game. Hate today. I'm just gonna go to sleep until tomorrow and shit. Like that. I just straight up frustrated. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But
I know on the chat, our buddy Evan, he's a Washington
oh yeah,
Nationals fan. Any reason behind that, Evan?
did you ever go to the games or a game? Let's see if we get to.
I was typing, but no, I used to go to sleep with their fireworks every night.
Oh,
Oh, you live close or what?
I used to live super close to National Stadium, Southeast DC.
Dang, that's badass.
It was a good time.
Did you
I'll
ever
give
see
it back to you guys.
Wait, did you ever catch a ball or see a ball or nah?
No, just explosions in the sky. That was fun.
All right, cool. I don't know. Maybe like they
no,
throw it.
that's a good reason to be a fan. You were in the city and you enjoyed their victories.
Yeah, like I went to recently. One of the reasons why, like a couple weeks ago, I think we didn't do the show on Thursday was because I actually traveled. So I actually went to Boston, got a couple things, or stayed there a couple days, just did family stuff. But it was cool. It was like a different city, dude. Definitely huge vibe, and a huge sports city. So it's like how in San Antonio it's like really sports. Even in Dallas, you go see the Cowboys. It's like real sports and everything. But over there, when I went to Boston, it was like sports, but it's like a lot of them. Like hockey, basketball, football. You have the Patriots and stuff like that. So it's like it's pretty cool how like they're all kind of like near each other, and everyone's like kind of fan of everything. So it like really shows you like kind of like what sports towns really are. Like San Antonio's good and everything, but it's more like a kind of like a place to kind of live. Whereas like a place like Boston, like you know New York and stuff like that, they're
And
more
Los
like
Angeles.
Yeah, LA.
They have all the major sports.
Well, California, themselves, even like, you can go to San Diego and stuff like that, So like, there's a lot of like sports, like those are like actual sports cities. So yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of a little something to think about. I know we kind of
The dominant Los Angeles has
went on a
two
tangent
NBA
there.
teams. They got two football teams.
Yeah.
They have two baseball teams. And they got the one hockey.
So wait, does everyone have their own stadium?
I don't know. I think maybe they share.
Because that's a lot of teams, and that's a lot of stadiums. I mean, obviously, I know the Clippers and the Lakers share for now. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know whether they're moving into the new stadium. Like, I don't know what year.
Money.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's the Microsoft guy. He's spending on what like he made on like endorsements. No, no, but
Sure.
but I know, but that's crazy because that's a lot of stadiums. That's a lot of teams. That's a lot of stadiums. I don't know. Just like couldn't think about.
Yeah.
All right, guys. My bad. We just kind of.
That's fine. We were just talking about the favorite baseball teams and reasons why, or even the little reasons. But yeah, that's cool. We'll have more Diamond Talk as the weeks progress to the postseason. Uh, what did you want? Do you want to cover what? Basketball,
Yeah,
football,
we can do basketball.
basketball. Nice.
Basketball.
All right. Let's just a few headlines I got to say, and then we'll hear some from you, Danny.
All right, go for it.
I guess more recently, Atlanta Hawks center Clint Capella has agreed to a 2-year, $46 million contract extension, tying him to the franchise through 24 to 25 season. Capella had 2 years left on his current contract, and now he's set to make 82 million over the next 4 seasons with the Hawks. That's good. I always liked him in Houston. I don't know. There were boneheads to get rid of him.
Yeah.
He was a pretty dominant big man.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I think they should have kept him. He was good, dude. I think the Spurs should have gotten him at some point. But I don't know. What do you think? Because I think that right now, I think the East is a little bit more top heavy now. But it's getting the I'm sorry, it was top heavy. It was top heavy before, but now more anything specifically the Hawks, dude. Because the Hawks and the Knicks, I don't think the Knicks did really good in the playoffs. I don't, they only won one playoff game technically, but the Hawks went to the finals. I mean, technically the Eastern Conference Finals, right? But and they lost, right? I think they only won they won twice, right? The Hawks.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's like a seven. They were seventh. I think they were seventh seed. So they pushed like the talent. And honestly, if the Nets were healthy, it would have been a completely different story. But it doesn't matter because it shows you where the Hawks can be. Like I feel like the Hawks right now can be or can fight for that third, maybe fourth seed in the East.
That's a good topic of discussion there. I like what you said. The East is starting to get superstar heavy. That's kind of segueing to my next point of topic was that Paul Millsap has agreed to a deal with the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, there you go.
Not sure for how much money and for how long, but that means Paul Millsap becomes the latest former All-Star to join the Nets over the past few seasons, joining the likes of Blake Griffin, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden. So Millsap, he's actually a 4-time All-Star, or appearances, 4 All-Star appearances. Pretty much, he's helping stack up the Nets. Not so much that we heard the Lakers, they acquired Rajon Rondo. Now the Nets are making their own move. So it's not seismic shifting, but it is just an unbelievable amount of talent on that Nets team. Like, who the hell else are they going to sign? It's going to get pretty ridiculous.
And that's what I'm saying, dude.
Steve Nash is going to suit up instead of coach.
and
We always say
and
that.
at this point, at this point, even coaching, honestly, at this point, coaching doesn't even matter. Uh,
Nope.
and they're actually talking about how um they brought up a good point. What was it? They should try to do a trade for Kyrie and Ben Simmons straight up.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly, Evan. Exactly, Mr. Crack AB got it right. Straight up, I mean, think about it. Kyrie's a scorer. Um, he kind of is kind of weird. He kind of fits with the Philly crowd, not Philly crowd, but like the emotional Philly crowd. Um, they need a score, you know, like, and Kyrie can shoot. Ben Simmons just cannot shoot. Like, he just can't, and he can finish like in the rim, near the rim. Bonle, obviously, you haven't beat right. But just in
Yo.
case, opens up, or Embiid's in the three or whatever. Um, I mean, why not? And obviously, the Nets. I mean, the rich get richer. I mean, they really don't need Kyrie because they have Harden and KD.
Durant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for what? Like, another, like, this guy's gonna put 30. This guy's gonna put 32. Or, Harden 30, what? Or 28, Ponle. This guy's, Ponle, KD's gonna average 30. Ponle Harden 28. Well, that's already 60 points, dude. God damn.
That's true, but Kyrie, he's always had a bit of an ego.
That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes even going as far as to not playing games for quote unquote personal reasons. Now, if they get Simmons, but he's at the moment he's a liability behind the free throw line. But he can be a quality player in any team if he can learn to at least increase that free throw percentage.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I think it would be a really good trade. I can see that happening. I mean, I don't see that ever happening. Um,
No, Kyrie's too good to give up.
yeah, it'd be too much. But I think that'd be fun to kind of see that. I mean, they still have the Spurs like in talks.
For Simmons,
I mean, they're asking for, well, last I heard, they wanted DJ, DeJounte Murray. They wanted Lonnie Walker, but 2 first rounds.
ooh,
No,
too high.
Sorry. 2 first rounds and 2 second rounds.
Nope.
I'm like, whoa, dude.
He's just one guy, and he's not that great.
But I mean, they would give us Ben Simmons and someone else, like.
Oh, okay.
But still, I mean, like, no, we're not gonna give you 4 picks for a dude. We're just not.
Nope. Or a dude and a half.
And like, and that's because like they're like, oh, that's because I don't know. I mean, supposedly it's like kind of yips type of thing where like
Psychological.
it's like psychological or whatever. And I'm sure Pop can cure him. I mean, yeah, right, or Chip or whatever, whoever helps improve his shooting. But
Yeah, because in college, in his LSU days, he was doing pretty well behind the free throw arc. I think in the beginning of his rookie season and on, he was fine, and somewhere along the line, just something snapped, and like I said, he got the yips.
I think I mean, I just think
The pressure got
young.
to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say because he was young, dude. He was like 18 when he got into the league.
Yeah, he was a one and done.
Yeah, so, hey, I mean, sometimes it's like Like I still think he's athletic. I still think he's good. He's like what 23. I want to see like dang, he's young. Um, so he has a lot of years still. He has like at least a good 8 years in him. Like god damn, that's a lot. Um, but I don't know. I don't know where he goes. I can see him just going to the Timberwolves and just dying there. I mean, no offense. Like I guess that's a bad way of saying it, but just kind of dimming a star dimming there. They're saying also for Aaron Fox, trade him to the Kings, straight up. Well, not straight up, but with like Aaron Fox and a couple of packages and stuff like that.
Hmm. I mean, don't sell the Kings too short. They're just a few like players away from being one of them Western contenders. They got some good young bucks over there
Yeah.
in
So
Sacramento.
yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I'll see. We'll see what happens. I think. What do you think, Art? Do you
I
think
don't
it's gonna be?
know.
Do you think it's gonna be a dark horse this year, or it's just gonna be the same thing?
Who's a dark horse?
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think there's gonna be a dark horse that emerges this year?
Oh, that's a good question. Dark horse per se. I guess we're just gonna see how these new rookies who just are in the first year can help the respective teams out. I know there's a good duo with Detroit Pistons
Oh yeah,
and Kate Cunningham and the other guy Luca Garza. I want to say
yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, yeah, for real. Seriously.
that we're doing some good stuff with Detroit. Help turn that franchise around. I don't see much other dark horses. Well, the Heat. See how the Heat do with the Kyle Lowry
I was gonna
now.
say yeah, the whole Heat. Did you see, dude? That supposedly, and that's because I'm just intrigued like that. About that supposedly that he was like Laurie was talking about how about Kawhi or whatever. How like oh he said something. He was like talking to doing an interview about us, just essentially saying how like the attitude was when he was in Toronto and it was like toxic and all this stuff. Um, and I was like, I didn't end up hearing it, but yeah, it was just talking on this, essentially talking smack or whatever about Kawhi. And I was like, dude, honestly, like I'm not surprised. Like I'm just not, even though I'm a hater. I am. Um, it's just just kind of like the way you just once you start getting like a reputation, unfortunately, like especially in the league and sports, as good as you might be, your talent sometimes it surpasses that. And even I don't know, I don't think even because I guess the Clippers still signed him for a whole bunch of money.
Money. Yep.
Dude, 170 was it 176 something like that? I don't know, but so still signing for a whole bunch of money. So, it's like it's just one of those things where like is a player bigger than the team himself, and we'll see what happens to the Clippers. They made some moves, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. I mean, last year, dude, it was a battle. I mean, they had it last year. It was they could literally. I think they could have won the championship if they would have beat the Suns.
Well, if they Kawhi wasn't healthy.
Yeah, because
Healthy Kawhi definitely
well, they would.
had a good
I
shot to
think
win.
it would have gotten back. Oh, sorry, I don't even know. Honestly, it's because the Bucks were playing really good. They played really good. Giannis played out of his mind, dude. He played out of his mind. I mean, like, and you have to, right? Because it's the finals. Exactly, Evan. Exactly. It's the finals. Like, you have to. I don't know. It was I'm glad it kind of. I mean, as much as I hated CP3 losing, I still think he has a chance for ring. I mean, not it's not very wide, but it's not very small either. He's still, up there. Um, we'll just see how that happens. I personally don't think. I think the Lakers are gonna make the playoffs. Um, I do think they're gonna make it. I think they're gonna be 6 or less. And I hope they get like the Spurs, or in the play in, because that's a lot of teams now in the play in.
Yeah, it it was interesting to see how it went last year.
Yeah, because it's gonna
Little
be
mini tournament.
yeah, it's gonna be everyone. You know, oh, it's gonna be what, 12 teams? Was it 12 teams? No, 10 teams.
Oof.
Yeah, because it was 7, 8, 9, 10. Something like that. I don't know. We'll come back and revisit it, because it was like a really really good I don't know. It was a good format, and obviously it was really successful, and well, no shit, they're gonna keep it. So but yeah. Any other headlines for us? Fan art.
Uh, I think we covered some of the main ones. I think just one thing you didn't brush up on was that LaMarcus Aldridge, former Spur and former Brooklyn Net, was thinking maybe contemplating trying to return back to the game. Did you? What did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did hear that he was anticipating coming back. Apparently, he was cleared to come back. Um, but it's on him. You know. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion about it. It's just kind of, you know, like, I don't know if he can be,
His age is already.
yeah.
He was already a couple of steps behind the younger guys.
Hmm.
When it comes to running across the court, he wasn't the fastest guy, and he wasn't as dominant in the paint as his prime years when he was with the Trailblazers and a few years with the Spurs.
Yeah, and also just like, big men, like, they tend to age a lot faster, just in general, like, they tend to, yeah, like I said, just age a little bit faster. Um, and yeah, so it's just one of those things, like, unfortunately, but I don't know. What do you think, Art?
Uh, I mean, if he feels he still can play, I mean, by all means, let him put his name out there for teams to contemplate picking him up. Though I don't know who would. I guess if the price was right, and if a team was in dire need of more big men, you know, I could see him play somewhere. But realistically, at his age, would be a turnoff for a lot of these teams.
Yeah, so
I think one thing I didn't say it was a headline, but as like speaking of big men, I think the Boston Celtics they traded away their tallest big man. I think is
oh, Taco Fall.
Taco Fall. Dude is like a 7 foot something guy.
7,
He's
yeah.
he's gonna sign with the Cleveland Cavaliers,
Oh,
which
there you go.
a lot of the Boston fans were a little bit sad about that. Kind of reminiscent of how us Spurs fans were sad when Boban left to go to the Mavericks.
Oh, yeah.
He was our funny big man. But yeah, big men. See which teams could use one, and maybe we'll see our Aldridge suit up for someone. I really don't think I don't think the Trailblazers will pick him back up unless they want to do it just to kind of have him retire as a Trailblazer.
I mean, I think the Nets were gonna pick him up again because technically he retired with them. So, I mean, just get him as like the 14th, 15th, or whatever, the last man on the roster. I mean, I guess that works. I
And pay him in like food
guess.
because they got no money to spare on anybody.
For real, dude. They got like everyone now. Um, yeah, true that. So we'll see what happens with that. So we'll go ahead right into. We're going to transition right into, and oh wait, no, college football. College
Nice.
football.
It is upon us. Years,
Finally.
months and months of storylines and drafting and not drafting, but big name college prospects finally going to their big name schools. We will see all these games. In fact, there's some games going on right now.
Oh, there you go.
So I guess I'll start us off real quick, Danny.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
All right, so some games that are currently going on this evening, this very evening. I mean, I don't know if they're done or not. You had ranked teams in action. You had Weber State at number 24, Utah. You had number 4, Ohio State Buckeyes at Minnesota. You had the Citadel at number 22, Coastal Carolina. Yeah, Coastal Carolina. They made the top 25. And you got Southern Utah at number 25, Arizona State. All those games going on today, maybe even right now as we speak. Check them out. Friday, there's only one big game with a ranked opponent. All the other Friday games are unranked. Uh, that is number 10, North Carolina. I think coached still by former UT coach Mac Brown, the legend himself. So he and his Tar Heels are going to travel to Virginia Tech for an early evening matchup. That's Friday. So if you're not watching any high school football, definitely check it out for college. Yeah,
Nice.
so going to the big game, the one we've been waiting for since the season announced the matchups.
There
You
you
got
go.
Saturday, total 58 college football games spanning different
Dang.
platforms, both broadcasted and not broadcasted, premium. And so some of the headliners, nice. It is cause for celebration. We get to
Yes.
tailgate again. We get to drink and eat food and just drunkenly cheer on our favorite teams.
Nice.
Hope for the best,
Again.
or
Wings.
or drown your sorrows after the game. So some of the big games you can look forward to. Actually, it's the first time in I don't know how many decades that the first weekend or the first week of the football season that we have 5 ranked opponent matchups. Well,
Damn.
basically head to head ranked opponents. So they go as follows. You got number 19 Penn State versus number 12 Wisconsin. That's 11 a.m. You got number 1 Alabama going to face number 14 Miami Hurricanes. That's
Dude, I
at
saw that,
2:30.
dude. I saw that. I'm actually excited to see that. I mean, I know the
See
Hurricanes.
you, bro.
I know the Hurricanes aren't much, but still, like, you know what I mean? Like,
When
I'm so
Miami is
excited.
on, when Miami's doing good in football, that means it's a good season.
It is a good season, dude. Imagine they lose, or Bama loses. Oh, dude, I would. Oh, dude.
Everybody hopes Bama loses.
If Bama loses, I will give out a shirt for free.
Oh, you heard it here, folks. Free
Yes.
fabric
I will
from
do
Danny
It. I will do it.
with every Miami Hurricanes victory over Alabama.
Including Michael Irving and Jimmy Johnson and the whole
Sick.
thing. Imagine, dude. No, that'd be too much. No.
All right,
We're
so-
making shirts, but yeah. Figure it
Damn
out.
straight. So continue on with Saturday's big name
Wow.
headline sports.
Come on, man.
You got, it's all right. You got number 17 Indiana versus number 18 Iowa. That's at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, dang.
at- Not too long after that, at 3:30, you got number 23 Louisiana's Raging Cajuns versus my number 21 Texas Longhorns. Hook 'em, mother truckers.
Yeah.
And then the big game in the evening is number 5 Georgia versus number 3 Clemson.
Yes.
Pretty much a clash between state neighbors. Must watch for Saturday evening. So that's some of the big headline, big games to look forward to for this weekend. I think just going towards my Texas Longhorns.
Nice.
A quick not an update, but just a storyline to follow is our first year coach Steve Sarkisian. He's going to make his debut
Yeah.
against like I said, number 23 Louisiana, the Longhorns' first opener as a ranked team against a ranked opponent since 1984. The contrast is Sarkisian, first year with the Horns, beginning his third stop as a head coach. He's going to be against Billy Napier, one of the hottest coaching candidates in the country. It matches up Longhorns team with all new schemes against the Raging Cajun squad that pretty much is returning 97% of their production from last season. They're bringing them all back. They were a 10-1 team. They were just one loss away from making it even further last season. So they're definitely not a team to sleep on. Uh, I believe Texas. They already named who their starting QB is going to be. I think I had it here somewhere. Give me a second. Okay, they're going to have Hudson Card. He's going to be the starter, but his backup, Casey Thompson, he's also going to play. So they're going to probably do a two quarterback system kind of deal just to kind of, see what works best. The main attraction, however, will be Sarkisian utilizing Bijan Robinson, who dazzled in a limited opportunities last year. He set a Texas record for yards per rush in a season, 8.2, but getting just 50 carries in 5 games in which he played that were decided by one score or fewer. Yada, yada, yada. We got a whole new Texas team that our Sam Ellinger years are done. The whole experiment with what's his face from Houston. I don't even know his name no more. He's gone. So this is definitely some optimism for our Longhorn fans. Uh, Definitely going to be watching that one. Uh, Now, aside from our Longhorns and some of the other bigger name teams in action, some ranked opponents, or at least the bigger name schools, we had number 16 LSU at UCLA. Now, since that Hurricane Ida was rolling into town, LSU had to relocate to Houston and practice on the road all week before they're going to go ahead and travel all the way to Los Angeles to face UCLA. The game is going to be held in the Rose Bowl.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, I hear UCLA was trying to give out free tickets so they can kind of boost their attendance. Not bad. I mean, LSU, they're obviously in not rebuilding. They got talent, even without Joe Burrow, who's currently with Cincinnati. Uh, so that's another matchup that's must watch. Yeah. On the other end, you had number 9 Notre Dame at Florida State. Talent. That's even without actually it's the Sunday night game. ABC or the ESPN app. Now this is going to be the Florida State Seminoles' first game playing since the death of their legendary former coach Bobby Bowden. Fittingly, this is going to be a class-up with one of his best big game opponents, which I guess was Notre Dame back in the day. I think they're going to have some kind of special decals and stickers honoring the late Coach Bowden. Throughout the season, they'll have the apparel and blah, 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 transfer, blah, blah. So pretty much a big game. And then the other one I had to say was Louisville versus Ole Miss. They're not really ranked. Funny thing is that's on Monday. So
Oh, wow.
I mean, if you count yesterday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I mean, when are we going to ever have like 4 straight games of like good college football games?
There we go. There we go. So so it's gonna be satisfy all y'all's college football needs. No, it's because I work, during the week. All right, weekend. No, I work during the week. All right, Thursday and Monday. What's up? And then last week before NFL season starts, so should be a pretty good kickoff. What do you think, Art?
Definitely. We're going to get a good feel of football and get us kind of extra prepped for that big Thursday night meeting between our Dallas Cowboys and Tom Brady and the Bucks. Uh,
Nice.
so it's going to be a lot of tailgating for definitely switch up the beer. Switch up, maybe get import and get box. Uh, Evan, are there any games that intrigued you in the college arena? I think your UCF Golden Knights were playing today against Boise.
It would have been nice to see them. I'm normally not a NCAA football guy, but I may want to catch some games this year.
We definitely need you need to go and attend a game. I mean, COVID protocols aside, going to a college game is like one of the greatest experiences you could have as a sports fan. Um, it's not you're. Okay. I've never been to an NFL game per se, but it's just a different, wilder atmosphere. I think the crowds at college games are younger and rowdier. You know, most of these stadiums are outdoor, so you're just exposed to the elements a lot more. Um,
Hmm.
so it was great. Marching bands, fans in the stands. It's it's a very electric atmosphere. So I definitely recommend it. Now, switching not towards okay, going in lines with college balls in Texas and the Big 12, the current status of how things are going in the Big 12. We know that they in the coming years in 2025 we're going to lose Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC. So they're already making some moves right now. Big 12, they're considering some expansion going on. There's been four leading candidates that are being emerged. I know Danny wanted UTSA, but at the current time, they're looking at BYU,
I know.
UCF, Cincinnati, and Houston, as per some sources out there, as maybe formal invitations could be extended to those schools, maybe even during this own college football season. So, right now, a four-person subcommittee is featuring two athletic directors and two university presidents from the Big 12 to begin meeting. Uh, they did have a meeting last week, discussed expansion. The conference requires 8 of its current 10 members to approve candidate schools for an expansion to occur. Big 12 will only have 8 members when Texas and Oklahoma depart for the SEC. BYU is an FBS independent, is generating the most discussion as an expansion candidate. While the American Athletic Conference, powerhouse UCF Golden Knights, Evan, and Cincinnati Bearcats have also been on Big 12's radar. While Houston Cougars has been a long debated expansion candidate in Texas centric league, support has recently increased to add the school. Uh, so Big 12 considering all these four schools and others, maybe for the 20s. They were considering it way back even before all this drama uh, in 2016. They were trying to explore, I guess, getting the Big 12 actually to 12 teams. Didn't prove to fruition. Uh, Sorry, did I have anything else? Oh, okay. Basically, it's just saying what these teams would need to do if they're able to leave their respective conferences. It says UCF, Cincinnati, and Houston would need to give the American League Conference 27 months notice, and they would each need to pay an exit fee of $10 million to join any other conference. It says in 2019, the American League allowed UConn to leave earlier, but they had to pay a larger exit fee of 17 mil. So basically, if the Big 12 doesn't want to be extinct, they need to get bigger. And they already got four decent candidates already. Danny says they could get a fifth in UTSA. I don't think Texas State could be considered,
No.
but I don't know. Rice has had decent football teams every once in a while.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, bring back SMU.
Definitely, that's a good suggestion there. SMU, they're
Yeah.
not bad. I mean, before the scandal in the '80s with all the money they're giving out to players, they were always considered top dogs in the football arena.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'd like to see SMU get into the Big 12.
that'd be cool. I can see that. But yeah, so in this case, I don't know. We'll see how the Big 12 emerges. I thought it was just gonna die off, but I guess not.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, it's good for football to try to get away from these super leagues or SEC conference being a super powerhouse, and then now back Pac-12 is trying to be a powerhouse. At least Big 12 can compete with the best of them if they have enough teams in that conference.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know when I started college there, we had we had A&M still there. We had Colorado, Missouri,
Mezzo.
Nebraska. It was a pretty good time. I mean, West Virginia, like they're good. They're a great football team. They're a great program. West Virginia. It just seemed pretty random since they were so far in the east,
Yeah.
and poor guys had to fly crap tons of hundreds of miles to go to all their games. It didn't make that much sense. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
But TCU was a good pickup because they're from Texas. Badass. Uh, so yep, a lot of good football this year, and it's good to see what kind of speculating will go on in the years to come with all these
what are
teams
your
shifting around.
what are your expectations for the Longhorns this year? The record wise. Just give me a record. I saw supposedly. I saw 10-3.
Oh, okay.
10-3 is not bad. It's actually 10-3 is actually really good. Cause the Longhorns have had like they've been at 3 losses pretty soon, you know, lately.
Yeah. Sometimes even losing to the non-conference opponents that start out the season, which always sucks. Um, so yeah, 10-3 would be obviously great. It's
But
just I can't back it up because I haven't seen much action from the QB or QBs I should say, and the new coach.
yeah,
How are things gonna go with his new guy's system,
yeah.
Sarkeesian system? But yeah, here's hopeful. 8+ wins. I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I'll yeah, me too. I'll do 8+ wins. I think 10-3 is a little ambitious.
But
Uh,
but any true Texas fan knows you could lose every single game on that season, but you can't lose against OU.
you
You beat OU,
cannot. You
it's like you
cannot.
you got your own mini championship,
Yeah,
bragging rights for a whole year.
dude,
Yeah.
it's something else. Completely. Dang. Yeah. All right. Um, what are we doing next? What are we doing next? Talk to me, Art.
I don't know. I covered some of the storylines. I think one thing I did leave out was that uh, the other Texas team, who should go nameless, now I'm playing Texas A&M Aggies. They have awarded football coach Jimbo Fisher a 4-year contract extension that
Dang.
increases his average annual salary to more than 9 mil. Money.
God damn, he is making money. How much is Nick Saban making?
Well, let me preface that with Fisher is entering his fourth season at A&M. He
Yeah.
originally signed for a 10-year, 75 mil contract, which he was hired away from Florida State after leading the Seminoles program for 8 seasons. He had Jameis Winston. They had a pretty good years. Over to A&M. Now this new deal is gonna keep him at 10 years, now running through December of 2031, be worth more than 90 million. It places him second nationally behind Alabama's Nick Saban as the highest paid coach in college football. Coach Saban, he received a raise with Alabama and an extension this summer. That's going to take him pretty much an average of 10.6 million annually through 2028. Uh, so damn, 2028, 10.6 mil a year. I don't know. You do the math, banker.
Yeah, a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's almost after dark. I'm gonna say with that Nick Saban money, if any NFL team ever approaches him, Nick Saban, it's gonna be fuck NFL. I'm like making quadruple what I could. Well, pretty much quadruple, but
I mean, he is, and deja tú that he's making that much money. Like, He
He's got the
has
power.
exactly. He can do whatever he wants.
Yep. Speaking of do whatever he wants, it's officially Mezzo Forte Sportz After Dark.
Oh
Oh shit! Oh
no!
no!
Oh no! What's
And if you're in
going
Japan, like some of our viewers out there, it's Afterlight.
on? Yeah.
Konnichiwa, mother truckers.
There you go. There you go. It's after dark. Oh, where's that man at?
That's right. Unrated,
There you
uncut, unedited,
go.
unsolicited.
Ah.
We don't have any sponsors for alcohol, but maybe someday we will. So we'll just do a quick roundtable of who's drinking what around here. I'm about to crack open a nice Coors Golden Banquet beer. Uncoincidentally, Coors is the sponsor of my Texas Longhorns. Are these Coors Light?
I am,
Danny, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking some blue Powerade
Oh,
flavor.
I want some of that blue stuff.
blue. You know what the flavor or what the ingredients are? Water and blue.
There's water, sugar, and blue. Awesome. Evan,
Um,
in the shadows, are you drinking anything? Oh,
Ooh, got him. Look at this guy.
Just opened up a tall boy.
tall.
Uh,
What?
It's a soul chilada. It's also a blue can, so I feel the blue hit
Nice.
today.
Damn. Soul
Dang.
Chilada.
Dude, it's all about the blue tonight, apparently. What's
All
up,
right.
Mark?
Well, cheers. Cheers, gentlemen, and to all of our viewers out there. Thank you for watching and your
Cheers.
continued support. Give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe. If you hate us, throw in that hate on your comments and we'll try to hit you back.
Exactly. All right, guys.
Nice. We're going to be hearing a lot of that
All
now
right,
that college and football are coming around.
all right, guys.
We
so
ain't found shit.
We're gonna go right into our NFL headline.
Omaha.
Nice. So, in this case, our NFL headlines, we are gonna do a couple things in here today. We're gonna play a couple. We don't really have. Well, I have a little bit of headlines, not really. I mean, right now we're still kind of getting started with the games. Ever since I kind of like on Tuesday, we kind of talked a little bit about it. More. But I do want to just kind of continue with what's going on right now. So in this case, we do have our Cam Newton sweepstakes. So Cam Newton sweepstakes are still going on. You know, kind of still figuring out where he did obviously get cut by the Patriots. And people or he himself, is he still going to be a reliable quarterback? Would you still want him as a quarterback? Would you start him, or would you want him as your backup? Does he even have a job left? Just so we'll explore a little bit of on that side. We'll see what happens with that. But we'll play a little game called Would You Rather. So, no, obviously you heard Mac did get the actual starting role, but apparently there's been a kind of like an update on that. Apparently it's not so much that Mac actually won the role, but Cam Newton did actually kind of lose it. So there's a lot of like stuff. So where it kind of made it seem so where he broke COVID protocol and he went out, like kind of went out. I don't know if he partied or whatever, but kind of like that situation where like the Patriots were like, nah, dude, you're done. You know how they are and stuff like that. Like, real like kind of the Spurs, like, you can't be doing that, you can't be doing this or whatever. And they just kind of cut him, supposedly. Yeah,
That's a
I know.
rumor. They say that wasn't the case.
But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we'll go ahead and kind of get started with that. So we're gonna play this game called Would You Rather. Ooh.
Okay, I thought it was hot rod, but call it whatever you want.
No, we're gonna do Would You Rather because the hot routes we're gonna do right after. Those are gonna be after.
Okay, would you rather blank over blank.
Would you rather Cam Newton
Okay.
or hold on, hold on. I'm like I have a whole bunch of okay. So we're gonna start with
Hadouken.
sorry guys. A bit technical
That's cool.
difficulties. All right. Perfect. All right. So in this case, we're gonna play a little game right now as we continue with our football stuff. In this case, it is gonna be our Would You Rather game. So obviously, we're gonna continuing on the Cam Newton sweepstakes. We're gonna see what if as the currently team stands, the QB. Essentially, would you just swap Cam Newton, or would you know, just keep him as your backup? I don't know. We'll never know. So in this case, we're gonna go ahead and start with you. Obviously, Superfan Art. It's gonna be just you and me, but we'll talk a little bit more in depth of what you think. So in this case, would you rather have Cam Newton or Kyler Murray? Go.
Oh. I'm not gonna think much about that one. Hmm. A guy who was pretty much maybe already past his prime, didn't do too well in this last season. Whereas Kyler Murray, young buck, he didn't do too bad in the air throwing or even on his legs. I'll go more with Cam Newton. I'll go Kyler Murray as my preferred QB between the two. Now you said who's got the Cam Newton sweepstakes. I think it's more like the Cam Newton police auction. You're just getting him on a sweet deal.
Dang. Dang. So then, okay. So you think we'll talk a little bit about it more later? But do you think he's even gonna get picked up?
I believe he will. There's some teams that really are in desperate need of a solid backup, or even if they don't have any faith in their current QB, maybe he could take a starting position. A lot of people are just saying Houston, which is true. We don't know what the hell is going on with Deshaun Watson. I think during some of the preseason games, I saw Tyler Boyd. Yeah, no, Tyrod Taylor,
Tyrod Taylor, yeah.
former receiver turned QB, had opportunities with the Browns and the
Browns,
Colts and the Chargers.
Bills,
Each time he getting replaced by the younger guy
with the Bills too.
and the Bills. Yeah, before the Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's never had enough time to shine because they always get newer, younger guys who they do better than him. Uh,
All right. So then, who'd you take? You would take Kyler Murray, right?
between Cam Newton and Kyler Murray, I'll go Kyler Murray. I
Dang.
suggested that one of the top landing spots or people that'd be interested in Cam would be Houston.
I think so too. We'll talk a little bit more about where he lands, but I think so too. I think it's just, the Houston QB situation is so just weird. Where I mean, might as well just pull the trigger. He's not gonna be expensive either.
No, they have nothing to lose in giving him a shot.
Yeah. So
Everyone and their grandma knows Houston's going to be rebuilding for a while from so much drama behind the scenes, a lot of bonehead moves, new coaches. I mean, who gets rid of DeAndre Hopkins? And then you piss off Deshaun
I was
Watson.
gonna say,
You piss off JJ Watt.
We ain't found shit.
and Javina Clowney. You didn't even. I mean,
Clowney got sour on him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I understand. That he didn't give you the production you wanted, but I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like even linebackers, like, cause he was a big linebacker, but he was a big linebacker in college.
Yeah.
Like
He was just average in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly. And he was fast and he was strong, but still, like, I feel like he needed a little bit more time. But that is what it is. All right, let's move on real quick. We're gonna do. How about would you do Cam Newton or Mitchell Trubisky?
As you know, Mitchell Trubisky, former Chicago Bear, he had a promising first or second season with them about a year or two ago. Honestly, I don't even know where Trubisky is currently because he's not with the Bears no more, is he?
I think no. I think he was. He's with.
He's with the. Oh yeah, but
He
yeah, that's
is.
interesting because Cam is a little bit more proven, seasoned. Uh, I think I could pick Cam over Trubisky
Oh, he's with
if
the
you had.
Bills.
He's a backup with the Bills. He's
That
like probably
that
the second string
mofo.
backup.
I was gonna say that mofo's gonna get a ring.
He's shining Josh Allen's cleats.
I mean, obviously I'd take Cat Newton. Oh, and the other one, I would take Kyler Murray as well. But for this one, I would take Cam Newton. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Cam
Yeah,
Newton definitely
'cause
over Trubisky.
Trubisky is just, it's just I mean, he just didn't prove anything. He didn't. He had. I mean, he didn't have a bad record. He just didn't have a good team. He didn't shine. He was way too average, and it was just bad. So next.
Yeah.
Carlos, so would you rather have Cam Newton or Carson Wentz?
Oh, you're dirty.
I am.
I would go with Carson Wentz if he's healthy. I don't know why. I just feel that maybe he'll find a better system to play for in Indianapolis than Philadelphia, who never really had faith in him because they kept flip flopping between him and Foles. And then Jalen Hurts got in. I guess Wentz was like, geez, like these Eagles really don't believe in me. I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
So
I
he
would
did.
say.
He's the top guy for Indianapolis. Just he got injured. But yeah, I'll go with Carson Wentz in that. Would you choose one or the other?
Yeah, I think so too. I think that Cam Newton would be, um, he would do good again. Maybe like a backing, maybe Carson Wentz up. Honestly, but I still do think you do take him to just lead the team. He just has a little bit more of a playmaking ability than Cam Newton. As much as he throws or turns the ball over. But I would just rather just take Carson Wentz. As much as I actually don't even like him either. But whatever. That's not the question. All right. So moving on. Next one we are doing. Which one's next? Which one is next?
Oh.
It's gonna be Ryan Fitzpatrick. Would you rather have Cat Newton or Ryan Fitzpatrick, the Magic Man himself? Yes.
Now, just to let our viewers know, Fitzpatrick, I think he has been bouncing around the league for a couple of years. I think
Yeah.
recently he was with the Dolphins, and he got replaced by Tua Tagovailoa. And currently, Fitzpatrick is the starter for, is it the New York Jets?
No, my God, I just saw it.
And
For the Washington football team.
Oh, I knew it was somewhere in the Northeast.
Washington football team, yes. Yeah, so that's gonna be pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Huh. Who would you take? I'm interested now.
Damn, that is the closest one out of all the who would you take?
That one's pretty good. That one's damn good.
Shoot.
I still would take Fitzpatrick. Dude. I mean, because they're both backups. Like they're both like now at this point. Because Fitzpatrick can ball sometimes, dude. Like he can ball, and like I feel like Cam Newton. I don't know. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen him like actually
It's
ball.
been a while. Yeah.
Since I've seen him like, dang, this dude can play. But I'm gonna take Fitzpatrick on this one. Barely though,
Nice.
barely. What do you think?
I could take that as well. Just on, I know Fitzpatrick has had some years, some games that he was brilliant. I think, back when I was doing fantasy football a few seasons prior, yeah, I mean, there was a few games where he was the top QB in points. Just, I don't know what the hell was going on where he
Yeah.
was at the time.
He's like throwing, like putting, and not even like 30, 40, no, like 50 points, like 50, 55, like.
We had people fighting on the waiver wire to get him. Uh, so I like him for his. He's got more potential upside than I think I could see from Cam Newton.
All right, so the next one, real quick, we're gonna do. Oh, would you rather have Cam Newton or Andy Dalton? That was pretty good. That was pretty good too.
Damn. I mean, both guys have been in the league for years. Both of them had their respective starting positions. One with the Cincinnati Bengals, the other Carolina Panthers. Uh, damn. Dalton and the Bears. But it doesn't matter which team. Let's just
No,
say
it
Dalton.
matters. No, it matters with the Bears. So, like, would you rather
Okay.
have Andy Dalton with the Bears or Cam Newton with the Bears, like that?
Ah, okay. I think
That
I
was
go.
that was damn good. I wouldn't want either. I wouldn't want Justin Fields on.
Oh hell no, wouldn't want neither. But I think I'd lean more towards Dalton, based on some of the things he did last season with the Cowboys. I won some games. That's all I can say about that. He can win if he's got the right cast around him.
I mean, he had AJ Green for a long while, but that's not neither here nor there.
That's true. Didn't do shit.
All right, cool. So last one that we're gonna do for today is: would you rather take Cam Newton or Teddy Bridgewater?
And Teddy Bridgewater is currently with the Denver Broncos, right?
The Broncos with the Broncos. Yes.
Nice.
That one's tough.
Yep. Bridgewater. I don't know.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like Cam Newton is the safe option here,
Yeah.
but I like barely.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
he's
no.
just a bigger dude. Just because. But I don't know. What do you think?
I'll go with Teddy Bridgewater on this just because of his youth. He's got a couple of years his junior from Cam Newton. I think he probably in personal life he doesn't. I'm pretty sure he doesn't got that big of an ego. Whereas Cam Newton dresses like he wants the whole world to see him. So, like I can't stand a guy who has to dress up all fancy pregame, postgame. How many hours do you spend accessorizing? Like he just lost the game, but you have to dress like it's Paris Fashion Week. Come on. I mean, obviously have more pride in yourself, but don't take up too much time buying all these clothes.
Yeah, it's like man, like hit the hit the not the weight room, but
I think there was one conference where he looked like he was a granny. He had like granny glasses. He had
Oh, that's right.
he had the scarf on.
Well,
He
there we
looked
go.
like a granny.
I mean, for this one, I'll still take Cam. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like maybe Bridgewater would be the better choice actually.
Damn straight.
But I don't know. I'm still gonna take Cam just because I want to be different.
Good luck with that.
All right, guys. Well, we were gonna go ahead and do some hot routes, but we're gonna actually go ahead and wait till next week so we can get more people in for some more hot routes, some hot takes. So we're gonna actually try something kind of new this weekend. We're gonna actually see if we can get some hot route questions from our viewers. So we'll do some
Oh, Lord.
advertising and stuff in there. Do some little bit more of Instagramming. Check us out. So in this case, real quick, let's go ahead and have you start leading us out, my dear friend, Cracky.
Hello, Evan, my old friend. The show is coming to an end. Nice.
And that's going to be it for this week's episode. Yeah. Hope y'all can chill with us next time. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you guys so much for checking out our podcast. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, coming soon on Spotify as well. Thank you to all our sponsors. Music provided by Studio 13th Day.
13th Day.
Graphics provided by Tasmagoria. This is Go Ahead and Danny BMD here with Superfat Art, Crack AV, signing off. Saying laters to all. You guys have a good night. Take care. Bring him home, Art.
Thank you, Dan. Lesson of the day is sometimes major sports teams need to get even more superstars to make the game not fair. Cristiano Ronaldo is reunited, and it feels so good. And the Brooklyn Nets opponents are about to get mill slapped. So remember, sports are great, but mean nothing without you all the fans. Episode 61. Till next time, folks. Be cool, stay safe, kill them to Mezzo Forte Sportz. Right up. Shit. So you got.
I think we're still on. Green screen.
Brazil.
Yeah, we're still on. This is the ending credits. Ending credits. So you can say whatever you want. Oh, yeah. And the thing shows up. It's just the
Oh, you
logo.
motherfuckers.
It's just a logo.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Boom.
Tailgate.
Essentially, it's like Evan Solo. That's what it is.
You win.
Nice.
Ooh, check that out.
Boom shakalaka.
Punch!
Alright, guys. Log it off. For real.
Okay, Daniel. Have a great weekend, fellas.
Boom.
We'll be in touch over the weekend.
Oh, no.